Hi YouTube! Welcome to the first episode of our campaign playthrough of Diablo 4's Vessel of Hatred expansion release. We will be watching all cinematics, so for those that have seen it, or those that do not like all of the gory content of Diablo, I will try and do my best to add some commentary as appropriate without taking away from the content itself for those that have never seen it. The cinematics are amazing, the story is amazing, and I can't wait until we get to the new expansion content. We will discover a lot of new changes as we go, so strap in for the long ride that we are about to go on together. Don't forget to subscribe, throw it a like, and if you want to help support the video and the channel, leave a comment below and share it on your social media.
Sanctuary was never meant for humankind. It was forged as a refuge from the war between the high heavens and the burning hells. Instead, it became a new battleground in this eternal conflict. A secretive group called the Haradrim has kept mortals safe. But now this once powerful order is a husk of what it was. And Sanctuary's ancient creators have returned to claim the hearts of humankind. This is the story of their downfall.
Not bleak at all. It's been so long since I've watched this cutscene. Not gonna lie, totally didn't realize for a sec that that was me. Sorry, Meerkat. That's Meerkat. And a horsey. Ooh, they gotta work on that pixelation on that fire though. Bye, horsey. Aww. You.
I should find better shelter before I freeze.
Alright. Let's get our camera and everything back up here. We're gonna try out controller to start, because I do I do like playing this game with controller. I feel like it's smoother that way. You're probably going to hear a lot less clicking on stream if I do. Alright. So this is our different skill tree and all of our different options. So this thing is huge. Every time that we put a point in something, it's going to expand the level all the way up to here. So it requires 2 skill points in order to get to here. It's going to require 6 to get to here, and that will unlock our different abilities that we will get to then assign. Now the skill tree is easier to do with mouse and keyboard. So I am going to use mouse and keyboard for just probably doing the skill tree. One super nice thing with Diablo 4 is that they made it really smooth to transition back and forth between mouse and keyboard and controller. I've honestly had really minor issues in the last year or so since I started playing Diablo 4 when transitioning back and forth. And like I said, we're not going to be following any specific build guide. We're going to be making our own build and kind of just going with whatever we think is going to be best. So we have 10 available points to start with. Now, typically, it's not a good idea to put all of your points in whatever it is that you choose to do on the lowest part of the basic skill damage. It's better to do them further up in your skill trees. As you can see, it is quite large, and ones like these guys up here are going to actually take, see, as soon as I highlight over this, right below where my mouse is, it says 0 out of 5. So that means I can put 5 available points into it. You also have items in the game. As far as I know, they have not changed this with the update, but you have items in the game that will also add skill points to specific abilities. So let's see what our different basic skills are. So we have Invigorating Strike, melee attack an enemy dealing 6 damage, increasing energy regeneration. So currently we're just using a general attack, so we deal 2 damage to enemies. So this would allow us to deal 6 damage and increase our energy regeneration by 40%. Quickly stab your victim for 5 damage and shift, making you unhindered for 4 seconds. Throw blades a short distance, dealing 3 damage. Every third cast slows enemies by 2 seconds. So now these are different colors, which also means that they are different types of damages. So if you look and see on right underneath the name, so this says Blade Shift is the name of the ability, and then you have the basic and Cutthroat. So the Cutthroat is what gives it the coloring on here, and this one is the Marksman type. So all of these right here have the same coloring that also shows that they are the Marksman type. So throw blades a short distance, dealing 3 damage. Every third cast slows enemies by 20% for 2 seconds. That seems like it might be helpful early on to be able to slow enemies. Heartseeker, fire an arrow that seeks an enemy, dealing 4 damage, increasing your crit strike chance by them by 5%. Probably wouldn't be super helpful early on. Fire a powerful arrow at an enemy, dealing 3 damage. Every third cast makes enemies hit vulnerable for 5 seconds. Vulnerability might be helpful if we decided to do a vulnerability build later on, but vulnerability usually requires us to build for making enemies vulnerable. In other words, we try to build such that our abilities make enemies vulnerable, and then our abilities also increase our attack damage against vulnerable enemies, so that way we can then deal more damage to them. So I think for right now, the one that seems to help us out better in the short term is this guy. So now that I did that, you can see my red line has increased. I need to do one more before I can get to this one. So we're going to throw another one in here to gain 2 additional Puncture. Now, what are these guys? Every third cast of Puncture will also ricochet up to 2 times. Critical strikes will also ricochet. Critical strikes will always ricochet. And Puncture now throws 3 blades in a spread, each dealing 35% of its base damage. Hitting an enemy with at least 2 blades at once makes him vulnerable for 2 seconds. Well, that seems like fun. We're gonna do that just because it seems like fun. Alright. So now we have a bunch more abilities that we have the option to do. So we have Twisting Blades. Now this one I believe is one of the ones that I used a lot last time. Impale an enemy with your blades, dealing 9 damage, making them take 8% increased damage from you for 1.5 seconds. After 1.5 seconds, the blades return to you. So this one, you throw the blades, and then the blades return to you. And basically, in that time that you have thrown the blades, you also get to make them take increased damage. Barrage, unleash a barrage of 5 arrows that expands outwards, each dealing 3 damage. Each arrow has a 20% chance to ricochet off an enemy up to 1 time. That could be good. Goes with our marksman. Now the reason those marksmen, reason that might be useful is if there are abilities that specifically say marksman abilities have increased damage or cutthroat abilities have increased damage, and so that could play a factor later on. Yeah, right here. So your critical strike chance with marksman and cutthroat skills is increased by 3%. So that might be good. Energy cost. Rapidly fire 5 arrows, each dealing 5 damage. Fire an arrow that pierces through enemies in a line. Penetrating shot. So I do like the Twisting Blades ability, but that's because I have previously played a rogue before and that ability became very broken very quickly. So I am going to play a Twisting Blades for right now. We could decide later that we want to go with one of the other ones. And we definitely want to deal increased damage when it returns. Now, I believe when it returns, that means that if we were to throw it and then move out of the way, when we move, it actually returns to where we moved to. So if we move and somebody else was now in our new path, it would then deal increased damage to that new enemy, which is really cool. Enemies are dazed for 1.5 seconds while impaled, or when your Twisting Blades return, your active cooldowns are reduced by 0.1 seconds per enemy they pass through. That could be really useful. So that one's one we can keep in mind. So we need one more before we can get to here. Or we can get to some other abilities like our dash and our shadow step. So just because I have played a rogue before, we'll probably be sticking with the build that I have used before, which was pretty good back then when the game first came out. And that's going to be my knowledge based and our starting point for this. But we might find as we go that we want to switch up the build entirely as we discover some abilities. We still have 5 points. Now let's see here. What's this guy? Critical strikes against close enemies have up to 85% chance to heal you for 1% of your maximum life. Gain 6% close damage reduction. So I know as a rogue we can be pretty squishy, so we're going to want all of the damage reduction that we can get. But we're also going to want all of our abilities. So I am going to take our abilities as fast as I can, just so that way we can have them, and as we level up, we'll be able to level up those abilities. So it means that we'll have the ability to get away and to jump around and do the things that a rogue needs to do. But we won't be dealing a lot of damage. So we are going to be relying on cooldowns, which means we should probably take this one for cooldown reduction. And Let's see here. Damaging an enemy with Shadow Step dazes and applies vulnerable to them for 3 seconds. And dash. Casting dash, increase your critical strike chance by 10%. So for right now, just based on what I've taken, it seems like we're trying to do things that are increasing our critical strike chance. And also making things vulnerable. So that tells me up front that when I'm looking for different items, I want items that are going to increase damage against vulnerable enemies, as well as increase our critical strike chance or damage against, you know, enemies that we have critically struck. I think it's more increased critical strike chance is the actual weapon description that we're going to be looking for. Alright, let me switch back to our controller here. Ooh, now I gotta get used to playing a rogue again. I haven't played a rogue since it first came out. Find shelter in a nearby town.
Another abandoned town.
Demons everywhere. Fangs in the dark. Ah! He bit me!
Careful! He's a wild one.
Oh, it looks like we can actually have a Pokemon Kids Cam for once also. Let me see if Doggo Cam shows up. There's an Onyx on the couch. Rogue Onyx. Hey, baby.
What's it to you?
Oswen, hush! I'm sorry, Wanderer. You've come at a difficult time. This madman just stumbled into town and started causing trouble.
Demons spilling from the ruins. Kill us all! Kill us all!
Ruins? What is he talking about?
Come, I'll explain. There is evil staring in the ruins to the north. That poor monk back there must have gone inside. Even a holy man like him was driven mad by whatever he saw.
You have weapons?
Things around here are dangerous.
I have no money.
I have remedies if you're injured.
Could you protect us from whatever is out there? We have nowhere else to turn.
I'm going to kill whatever's in those ruins before it gets the chance to kill me.
Truly? Oh, thank you.
That was quite the explosion. Level up. Alright. 20% damage reduction. Or it deals 20% more damage. Casting it reduces its cooldown. Shadow Step deals 20% more damage. Casting it reduces its cooldown by 3 seconds. I kind of like the idea of reducing its cooldown, because what is its cooldown? 9 seconds? Oh, I have to get that one first. Lols. Whoops. Some gloves. which are... Do they do anything? They're literally the same as what I have now, but they sell for more. Money, money, money. Alright, we'll turn off the Pokemon Kids cam since Onyx is just sleeping on the couch. Doesn't seem to be moving or doing anything. He's got his face hidden. Another skill point. Ooh, and it unlocked the next level of our skill tree. Smoke grenade. Concealment, vanish from sight. Or a dark shroud, which gains 8% damage reduction per active shadow. So far I haven't been taking a lot of damage, so I still liked the idea of dealing more damage to things and having cooldown reduction, so I think we'll keep with that. Trying to remember what all my buttons do. Can't remember which one my potion was. Hey, that looks like it's better than what I have on. See what got for skill tree. Do some more damage reduction. Inspect the decapitated priest. I don't know if I want to inspect that. See, I told you it wasn't a good idea. As I said, the whole thing with the rogue is to try and make sure that you're always behind your opponent and that you can attack from a distance, so me having melee abilities at short range, not the best idea. So that's the reason I took my abilities, my basic ability as the penetrating shot. There we go. So that wasn't too bad. Only took a couple potions. Involved me jumping around a little bit. So my combo seems to be using... Let me use my mouse so I can point here. So using my shadow step to dash behind them. And then when they redirect their attack to then be pointing at me, then it means I can use my dash to then jump back behind them again. And when I do that, if I used my twisting blades while behind them the first time, it means that when I go back behind them the second time, the twisting blades will then come back to me and basically hit them on both sides. So that is currently our combo. Alright, what kind of armor we got here? Let's sort up. So that's not better. That's not better. Alright, here's another aspect of the game. So we have an item that does more damage per second, but our attacks per second are actually less. Personally, I prefer to have more attacks per second, also because I'm somebody that loves to spam the buttons on my controller as fast as I possibly can. So I do prefer to have the 1.1 attacks per second or the 1 attack per second, which would be a normal attack speed. I do not like weapons that have the 0.9 attacks per second. So the +4 damage per second is not worth it to me at all. No. No, thank you. Also, the plus 6.2% critical strike damage versus the plus 5% vulnerable damage. Well, we're doing a build so far that is kind of going back and forth between vulnerable and crit strike, so it doesn't really matter either way. The plus 5 maximum health would probably be nice, given that our life is 22. Now I am curious, if I put this here... Okay, so it is a one-handed weapon, but I'm still going to stick with my bow. Okay, so this is a very fast magic. And the benefit of this is, even though its damage is the same, it adds plus 5 to our dexterity. So this will be better than one of our existing weapons. That has plus 2 to armor. This also has plus 2 to armor, but it looks cooler. So we're going to go with that one. Okay. Let's go back to the town. Tell people that we killed the thing. After investigating the decapitated priest that I said we probably shouldn't investigate.
You've returned.
Don't act
The
so
old ruins are
surprised.
clear. Your town should be safe now.
Truly.
The game just started. This town is not safe.
You are heaven
I've
sent.
played through this campaign.
Oh, I'm so
not safe.
sorry. We haven't any coin to offer. But we have hot stew, good company, and...
Stay for a pint.
Wash out the taste of the stew.
We'd be honored if you'd join us.
To our savior.
Why does this feel like it's not going to end well? But I just got cool gloves. They didn't even put me the rest of the way on the cart. They just left my feet a dragging. Out in the cold. Gross. Could you imagine if Blizzard released a game around like Halloween or April Fool's and it was like a new character, but it was a spoof and this was just your ending? It was just this, 5 minutes of playtime and a cutscene of you just being sacrificed or eaten alive by cannibals or something. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. These people are terrible. Save them, for Pete's sake. This is just rude.
By mother's blood, by mother's body, so shall you witness her glory before you die. Not ready yet.
They're coming! The whole damned village! Get up! Get up! We have to fight our way out! There! Take them! May the light preserve us.
Sounds like we're gonna have to fight. A lot of good that did us. I think I saved you.
You are blessed like us now.
Excuse you.
That was all of them. Night willing. Madman. Those heretics drugged me after I returned from the ruins. Just like you. I came to my wits and escaped. Tried to get inside the chapel, but it was locked and... What manner of evil is this? Petals? Of blood?
They must have fed them to me.
A blasphemous ritual. How did they learn this? Perhaps the answer lies in the chapel. They kept it locked up for a reason. The key might be on that woman who was leading them.
Are you coming? Everyone walks so goddamn slow. There you go. There you go. Got a little pep in your step now. No? Never mind. Okay. I've reached the destination. Old guy hasn't yet.
Only fire can cleanse the darkness in this place. Have a look inside, but hurry. I will prepare the torch.
As I was fed. Is this real?
Shameful. Our Father has granted you a path to salvation. And yet, you stray from it at every opportunity. You drink and gamble. You covet and steal. Shameful.
Sin is their birthright. My children.
The lords of hell are coming to devour our world. Salvation lies not in the light, but in you. The faith has taught you to deny your heart's desire and turned you into a prisoner within yourself. Break the chains and discover who you were meant to be. Break the chains and be beautiful in sin.
Resist! Resist her temptation!
Oh, she done beat his ass.
It's me. I brought your child into this world.
I'm pretty sure them people was crazy long before she got there, if that's what they did.
Awakened, Mother.
The first of many. Go to the dry steps and continue your preparations. Now, our true work begins.
You came to thank the light. You collapsed inside. I thought the darkness had swallowed you.
Well, at least you dragged me
I
out.
dragged you here and put this cursed place to the torch. What
So
happened
dragged
to
me
you
out
then?
first.
I saw a vision. A horned demon. She said the lords of hell are coming. She wanted to help the people survive.
Help them.
She called them her children. And they welcomed her like a mother.
Mother. No. It cannot be.
I must report to the cathedral. Listen, there is a hermit to the northeast. A man of questionable loyalty, but he knows of the forbidden. He might be useful to us. Bring him to the cathedral in Kiovashad, and you will be in the light's favor.
There is a man of questionable loyalty that knows of the forbidden. Therefore, we must trust him. Ah, yes. Of course. Why didn't I think of that? Okay. So here's our map. As you can see, I have all of the map unlocked because I have played this game way too much previously. However, even though I have all of the map visible, it is not actually unlocked because all of these, what are known as waypoints, are actually undiscovered. Every time they launch a new season, you have to rediscover all of the waypoints, which means you need to visit them in order to be able to fast travel to them. So we are unable to fast travel to any waypoints until we see them. So as soon as we visit all of them, we can actually fast travel to them for the first time. Now, this area down here, Hantu, this is the expansion that was just released. So once we play through the campaign, we will be playing through the expansion as well. But I did want to play through the campaign because it's been a while since I played through the campaign, and one of the big things with the expansion is learning about Neyrelle, who is a character that we will see later on in the campaign. And I wanted to remember and kind of get the refresher about who Neyrelle is and what her backstory was in this. So that's why we're playing through the campaign with one of my favorite characters in the game, the Rogue. So let's go find the hermit of questionable loyalty that knows the forbidden things that we obviously can trust. Yep. Do we have a horse? Aha, I do have a horse. Do I actually need to get all of the altars of Lilith again? Nope. Okay. So, clarification for those that are not familiar with this. I have a cute little horsey that I can spin in circles and make myself and probably other people watching dizzy. For those that are new to Diablo, you don't get a horse right away unless you actually play through part of the campaign and then you get to some quest lines. I don't remember if they're part of the campaign or part of a side quest, but it unlocks the horse for you. You have to get to some of the main cities. When we get to a city, we will be able to customize our horse, so we will be doing that at some point in this playthrough once we get to the main city. These altars right here, this is an altar of Lilith. So the altar of Lilith gives you a paragon point usually. So if we go here up at the top of my screen, and you can see where it says Fractured Peaks, Desolate Highlands, and you can probably hear Evie barking in the background. Fractured Peaks, Desolate Highlands, and Renown. One of the things at the very top up here, so there's our waypoints. These are different strongholds to conquer. These are side quests to do. Let's see here. This is... I don't remember what this one is. I think this is areas discovered, and then dungeons completed, and altars of Lilith. So I go to claim rewards. Yep. So these have renown value. So you have renown for each of the regions, and based on how much renown you have, you will unlock different things. So you will unlock bonus experience, bonus gold, bonus skill points, bonus potion capacity. So currently, if I leave this screen, at the bottom of my screen, you'll see my potion capacity is currently at 9. So this will give me increased potion capacity. And then the next level is more XP, gold, another skill point. And then up here, Paragon points, max obols. So obols are something that you earn. It's like a currency that you earn from side quests. And 1,000,000 gold. That's a lot of gold. So we can go ahead and claim some of these right now. Now the reason that some of these are already set to max is because they are automatically unlocked from prior completions and playthroughs. So because I've played this game so much and have so many hours that I don't want to know how many of, they are unlocked for all characters versus having to be claimed by each individual character. So that's kind of where this says, like, claimed by each character, unlocked for all characters on a realm. So the areas discovered, I just had 3 areas left to be discovered in Fractured Peaks out of all of the characters that I've played through. It's probably some like random corner of the map that I just never needed to visit. But Altars of Lilith give you additional bonuses. So it'll be like +5 dexterity, +3 strength or something like that. Or it'll be +10 obol capacity. So we can go ahead and claim all of those right away for all of the different regions. So basically means every time I start a character, I just start out with all of this. And I start out with a horsey. I also want to kill things. So when you have your horse, you also have a horse attack. So you can either choose to dismount normally. Oh, I accidentally killed a goat. I'm sorry, goat. I didn't mean to. Hey, sorry. Hey, sorry, goat. I'm gonna take this 19 gold and that 19 gold because you can see I only have 6,000 gold, which is actually not a lot. Pants! I want those pants. And I want a necklace. Before we go through here, we're going to apparently get shot at by something. That can just go die. I want to look at my skill tree. We have a skill point that we can spend. What are these? Damage reduction against damage over time effects. Gain a bonus to your melee and range skills based on the weapon used in your attack. So for daggers, increase damage to healthy and injured enemies. Swords, increase damage. Bows, increase damage to vulnerable enemies. Crossbows, increase critical strike damage. Using a healing potion stuns surrounding enemies for 2 seconds and increases your damage. You may now drink your healing potion while at full life. Evading through an enemy, it dazes them for 2 seconds. Your evade cooldown is reduced by 0.25 seconds when you daze an enemy. So that's interesting. I don't think I've seen this one. Gain 4% increased damage for 4 seconds after evading. Huh. Dazing or stunning an enemy increases your crit strike chance by 2% and your crit strike damage by 2% for 5 seconds. Both up to 12%. I feel like I want that. So I think we're going to go that route. Ooh, we're going to get to choose poison and stunning stuff soon. That'll be fun. Oh, that was so hard to duck. It was so difficult to duck. Let's go find the hermit's cabin. Oh, now we're starting to get some herbs. Herbs we need in order to craft some potions. Not the kind of potions that will heal us, just the kind of potions that will give us additional buffs like increased attack speed, increased damage reduction, stuff like that. We do actually need ingredients to increase the strength of our healing potion though, so when we get to a certain point of leveling up, we have the opportunity to increase the strength of our healing potion. Ooh, I like on the map how it shows the herbs. I don't remember that being the case before, so maybe that was in one of the updates in the last couple of months, because I haven't played since 2 seasons ago.
Should clear up when the storm has passed.
Looking for this hermit's cabin. Ooh, there's a chest. Potions that I don't need. Is this the hermit's cabin? I'm gonna steal his herbs. Hi, Mr. Hermit. I definitely didn't steal your herbs.
Is anyone here?
Whatever is brewing smells awful. That's kind of rude. Can I close the door on him? Healer's tools. They look freshly used. Herbs, mushrooms, organs. Not for cooking.
What are you hiding back here?
Enter the back room.
Short fangs. Young. Freshly turned. An easy kill. Further south than the others. They're spreading.
Coated in dried blood. Is this intended to catch beast or human? Told you we should have closed the door.
If you're going to trespass into my home, rifle through my things, then at least have the decency to join me for supper. I'm bloody hungry. That's quite the story.
I wish it wasn't true, but it is. Why did I have that vision?
Thank those friendly villagers. They gave you the blood of Lilith.
The blood of a demon?
Not just any demon. The daughter of hatred. The mother of sanctuary. She was banished ages ago. But this world is her creation. It was prophesied she would come back.
What does she want?
That's the question. Sanctuary has always been trapped amid the eternal conflict. A war between angels and demons. But Lilith serves neither side. She has her own plans for us.
And me? Am I corrupted?
Not sure yet. But you two share a connection. What will you do about it?
Use it. Find out what she's after.
Good.
Then we're in this together. Rest while you can. Then we'll start in Kyovashad. If we can't stop Lilith, we'll all be damned.
Alright, Company of Lorath to Kyovashad. Okay, so Kyovashad is one of the main cities. Forget how far is Kyovashad? So far, that's not bad. Accompany him. You mean more like he accompanies me.
This close to the city. Lilith's evil is spreading.
Just wait till we get to the end of the campaign, bud. They're gonna be everywhere.
Never thought I'd live to see all this. The angel in Arius. I'm sure you've heard the Cathedral of Light babbling about their Holy Father. Well, he's real. An angel walks among us. And when he learns that Lilith is here, blood will flow. They are ancient enemies. They'll drag the whole damn world into their feud unless we can stop it. Let's not linger. Kyovashad lies just ahead.
Hold. To enter the city, you must
We
first...
have no time for this. To enter Kyovashad, you must perform a cleansing ritual. It's a meaningless gesture, but some people take comfort in it.
How dare you!
Just let him through, lad. I've tried for years to get Lorath to do the ritual.
Fine, but this one stays.
I'll meet you inside.
Take a piece of holy cedar wood from the shrine and inscribe it with the sin which troubles you. Then cast it into the brazier. As the fire burns the wood, so too will the light burn away your sin.
Seeing as I get every piece of gold imaginable, I would say greed.
Good. You must feel as though a great weight has been lifted
No.
from you.
I'm still gonna collect all of the
Welcome
gold.
to Kyovashad.
Okay, thanks, bye. Hold on, Laura. Let me go do this thing here. Alright.
So, what did you write on that piece of wood? Something about greed or gluttony, perhaps?
How did you know?
It matters little, I suppose. I'm off to the dry steppes in search of that pale man from your vision. I must know what part he plays in all this. But first, I need you to retrieve something of mine while I finish my negotiations. A merchant in the center of the city has it. Just tell him I sent you.
Okay.
Cracked hooves, sway back, cloudy eyes. This poor thing is practically crowbait.
With what you're paying, You're lucky she has 4 legs.
I do have a bagel that I'm eating here on the side. I'm trying to mute myself while eating that. Bagels are life. I did get Mountain Dew. Alright, let's go talk to this merchant. Oh wait, no. No, we have more important things to do. We are back in town. We must customize the horse. Horse. We have so many horses. We can make it just be... Oh. Oh my god. We gotta. We can make it be a whole fucking cat. It's a leopard. I think we gotta. It's a kitty. It has cat armor, but I kind of just want to have it. I just like the kitty cat. Like, the armor's cool and all, but I just like the kitty cat. It doesn't need no armor. All of these are just because I've played this game way too much. Alright, I got the scroll or the book. Or strong box. I mean, I'm liking just the cat. Like, we gotta just run with just the cat for a little bit. We gotta. Just, I mean, just look at this magnificent beast. And we're gonna make this so much better. You ready for this? I don't think you're quite ready for this. This is about to get so much better. Look at this little guy. Look at this little guy. It's so cute. We got him. And then we got him. What kind of bread? Where are you ordering from? Oh my god, he's so cute. Like the snow leopard. The snow leopard. He's so little. He's so cute. Oh my god. I don't know, like just an Italian bread or a cheesy bread, one of the two. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be the snow leopard. Save it. Okay. For when I inevitably die. Yeah, that one. Oh, we'll worry about wardrobe later. We don't have enough stuff for wardrobe. Look at this kitty! Look at him. Kitty.
Greetings.
I can pet him. Then he rolls over. You can order pizza from wherever you want. Fine with Cottage Inn, or I'm fine with the local place by us.
Hello.
He rolls over and shows me his belly.
Greetings.
Look at the kitty.
Greetings. Hello. Greetings.
Okay. I shoved a bagel in my mouth. Anyway.
So the old man's finally decided to buy it back. Knowing him, he didn't mention coin, did he? If he wants his weapon, you'll need to pay.
Oh my god, I can't believe I already forgot about the big one. Hold on, questline, hold on. It's so majestic. This would be terrifying to actually see just running through the city.
Wait. The old man sold me this too. He said he didn't need it anymore, but I think he'd want it back all the same. No charge. Dark days upon us. You need a proper weapon.
And now we must take Kitty everywhere.
Apologies.
He also gave me this amulet. What is it?
The Mark of the Heradrim. An ancient order of scholars and mages.
I'm just gonna keep my cam off while I'm eating my bagel.
These days, we are few in number. There is another Heradrim. Donan. His breadth of knowledge about demons is equal only to his hubris.
Sounds like he could help us.
You should seek him out in Skosglen. But don't forget about the cathedral. They'll be expecting you, and they might prove to be useful allies too.
You're not coming with me.
I'm going to the Dry Steppes to find out who that pale man is. Join me when you can, just be careful. Your ties to Lilith, the visions you see. You are the key to finding her and stopping whatever she has planned. Sometimes our paths in life are set to collide. We just don't know it. Whether it is by accident or fate's hand, there is nothing we can do about it. The wanderer lost in the storm, fed the blood of Lilith, saved by a lone monk. Different lives and incidents drawn together. By what? Destiny? Or some greater power pulling the strings? I did not know. But at the time, I thought I had the chance to protect humanity from the daughter of hatred. The Wanderer's connection to her gave me hope. Imagine that.